What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Another edition of Holy Try Football Podcast Week 9 preview. It's me, LA, coming to you from the beautiful state. The Commonwealth, the state capital of the Commonwealth.
Currently blue.
To my west, D-Berg, what's up?
Rested off the mini bye and disgusted by what happened in Austin, Texas.
Wow. Abominable.
That's pretty bad.
So Paul likened it to a third world country.
Ken, to my east, what's up?
I say this every week. Enjoying the remnants of summer here one more time. That's 80-degree weather the last couple of days, 78. It's been nice. I liked it. Chugging along here. Can't believe it's Halloween week. People there. I was in the city recently. They're putting up the all the holiday shops in Bryant Park. They were installing that. I think they go up there Halloween weekend. So can't believe it's already in there. That time of year already.
Yeah, next Thursday, Halloween. I haven't looked at the slate yet, but I'm sure it'll be a spooky game.
Spookish.
This past week was week 8. And as Dan alluded to, we had Texas, Georgia. We have never seen anything like what you alluded to. That was something.
Yes.
At least they got the call right.
Yeah, at least it wasn't like something crazy. I mean, they got the call right at the end, but I mean, how many stadiums are going to just start chucking trash now? You think?
That's the problem. And I will say on the first touchdown drive for Texas, albeit much grayer of a call, I thought that third down pass interference was a little nickel dimer, as Raft would say. That was on Georgia, you know what I'm talking about? In the end zone?
On Georgia. I don't remember it now.
Yeah,
third and goal from like the 7 or 8 for Texas. And they called a PI on Georgia in the end zone. It's a little iffy.
I see.
Yeah, not necessarily likening the two, but
yeah. No, it's I feel like there's been worse, and it's been the whole discussion, I feel like, around college football the last 4 days is the refereeing, officiating has been pretty bad, even before this latest crazy stuff that happened. But it's pretty crazy that they can't just hire some officials to do it, right? Like just
from the booth?
No, just like full-time officials. Like, why do they have to be guys that like are lawyers half the time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. But aside from that, Georgia looked like Georgia of yore again. 23-0 at half? Completely.
Somewhere around there. Yeah, 23-0, yeah.
Yeah. I love people trying to manufacture the Archmania in there, even though, it was just. I mean, Sark was looking for a spark, plainly. Sark was looking for a spark. But Arch with a little bit of wheels, I think he got a first down, and then, I mean, he ultimately lasted 9 plays and went out with that sack fumble also, right? You don't think there's any controversy there, do you?
No.
I mean, I don't think so.
That was just
he came in and played, at the very end and played better.
Yeah.
He was just looking for a spark.
He did. Were you even outside of that though? The defense for Georgia looked great. Michael was back. Number 11 was incredible for them.
Walker, he was absolutely everywhere.
He was everywhere. They had the corner that also had a sack fumble and then an interception, Everett. Yeah, they looked great, but the offense, the amazing thing is they did all this. They had that, Kirby saying they were trying to take the game from rob them of the game. The refs were. Despite all that, they still, they left what? Probably 2 touchdowns out there with how bad the offense was?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looked like the class.
That's because McConaughey was on the sideline doing this.
Yeah, he was stoking up
Yeah,
the crowd.
I'm
What do you think
done
of
with
what do
him.
you think of his admonishment of the fan base, the gentle propping up?
Yeah.
And I like that. Bogey
I'm
move.
sick of him. I'm sick of him too.
Oh yeah, he's a little too
At
much.
least
Right?
as the Minister of Culture.
The MOC as the MOC.
Yeah, I'm ready for Glenn Powell to take over as the new face.
That's right. Yeah.
Texas Longhorns.
Or Rogan.
Definitely not Rogan, but Glenn Powell. Our generation's McConaughey,
Right.
as far as Texas football is concerned.
I mean, they're up to number 2 now, which is we're what 2 weeks away from the first release. I know some other people will be paying attention to other stuff that evening, but we'll be eagerly anticipating the results of other polls, other rankings that Tuesday night. I think.
Believe that checks out. Yeah.
So I guess it doesn't really matter right now with the current ones, but Georgia seems pretty well positioned here. The undercard there. What do you guys make of where Alabama is now with this latest loss? I don't know what to make of their last.
I like that they're a pick 'em to make the playoff right now.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
for sure.
What is it? -110? Yeah, -110. I think.
I think they're going to end up making it when they have 4 games left.
Yeah.
And make it.
I assume.
Yeah, so I'm pretty. It's more of obviously the nonsense that happened with the trash on the field and whatnot. But Nico's dad, I mean,
what did Nico's dad do?
Excessive air. That's who that was, right? The guy looked like Fat Joe or something that had the
Oh
chain.
yeah, does he look like DJ Uiagalelei's dad?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, big Samoan guys.
Yeah.
Big Samoan guys.
But like this, your son's not even doing it. Why do they keep showing him? Nico's not even doing it. He didn't even play a role.
A week after not that he was like amazing. Obviously, he missed a ton of open throws in the first half. But that last throw down the sideline to Dante Thornton, a thing of beauty. You see,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You see the potential there. He just needs to start hitting them more. And again, like they said in the NC State game win, they did this and they got this win without Nico looking amazing. He's getting now to the back half of his first year as a starter. We need to see him making more of these consistent plays, I think, for him to warrant or look like he deserves that $8 million NIL check that he's got coming his way, or in the middle of contract.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're out.
Right
You're
now.
out still. You're still. Well, that's the Heupel. That's the Heupel bias there.
Well, no, if he would play, I mean, it's like I wasn't out on Hendon Hooker,
Right.
so he's not doing it. I don't think Nico's really doing anything. So, and he's had what is it? That's 8 games in.
8 games in.
They're 7-1, right?
Yep.
So.
Where do you want to go next?
6-1.
Reveille at noon.
Oh gosh, yeah, that was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous. Miami, where you guys at on this Miami? That defense, they got to run out of luck soon, right?
Yeah, they're gonna get. They're the kind of team this year that they're gonna escape so many of these.
Yeah.
And then when they do finally lose, they won't get blown out like they kind of should.
Yeah.
They'll just come up short in a shootout, and they'll hang their hat on, oh, we were this close, when really they were on a thread all year.
Right. I mean, the
Here's the problem: who's going to do it?
Well, that's the thing. It might not. We might need to wait till Pitt or Clemson.
Pitt in the ACC championship. Exactly.
If not one of those two in Charlotte, then in the playoff, they're going to get
Right.
someone. They're not going to be able to stop. Someone's going to score 60 in the playoff.
Yeah.
Well, not 60, but they might score 50.
Yeah.
51.
The defense, I don't get what's going on there because they have some good talent on that defense too.
Yeah, I don't know. They need Dias back.
Dias doing the thing in
He's
Durham
still in
though.
contention, technically.
Yeah, doing the thing in Durham. I don't think Florida State, with all their mounting legal troubles or legal fights that they've got coming up for the ACC departure, is in a position to. I think they owe Norvell $70 million if they got rid of him. If he went 1-11 this year, like
pretty funny.
it would be amazing. Well, it would be amazing. I don't know.
We're gonna beat. Let's see. They're not gonna win this week, I don't think.
They get one of the
could
Charleston
beat-
games.
Yeah, Charleston, Florida, or North Carolina.
Miami's supposed to go to Georgia Tech and Syracuse. They're losing one of those.
You think?
Yes.
Hmm.
Norvell might get Napier. He might get Notre Dame.
my
Who knows?
God.
What if
That would be something if they got Notre Dame.
What if Florida State beats Notre Dame?
Oh,
That would be tough.
which one would be the worst loss?
NIU or Florida State.
Yeah, if NIU goes on to win the MAC and you
They're
guys
not,
beat Florida State, who's
Hampton's-
the worst? Who's the worst loss?
Their quarterback Hampton's hurt now. They're done.
Mm.
The spreads might be similar, so yeah, it'll be up for debate. That's in November 9th. That game, that game's going to be 45 degrees.
Where do you want to go next?
That's all. I mean, I really paid close attention to the three games we've already touched on the most.
Coach Sig running it up on Raiola and crew.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That was
But having to
beautiful.
lose Rourke, right?
Yeah. Rourke out for this week. I snapped up Washington plus 10 when it opened. It's down to 6.5, I think now. But Taven Jackson, he's pretty good. He's former Tennessee guy, has some arm talent. Missouri battling back. That was gross. Brady Cook coming back from the hospital to lead them to victory. I don't know what. I was listening to Paul again, like I said, like you guys heard earlier in the day in the pre-production meeting. Sounds like he's all the way out on Hugh. And
Really?
yeah, he's saying, if they don't catch any of these guys down the stretch, if they lose, I think more than, or they win more than, or if they don't win more than like one or two of these last few games, and they should pull the trigger, I think he said.
Wow.
Which is pretty crazy.
This is only his second year?
Yeah. So yeah, the residents, the natives in Alabama, not happy right now. USA, South Alabama, the only one to win that weekend, which is impressive. Only school in Alabama to win. I like that. I'm just going down the list here. LSU took care of business. That was impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Napier, aforementioned Napier. The team looks good. They look good. I don't think they're actually good, but they at least look like they're not quitting on them, and they blew the doors off Kentucky, which was great to see. Some hope there. And then Illinois, Burt. Impressed by Burt and his victory there.
Did not see a snap of that game.
Well, you didn't. You were avoiding the uniforms. You're scared of them.
I just zero interest in that one.
Yep.
Burt might be a DNW. Do not watch after that, whatever that Purdue performance was.
Yep. All right. AY, you want to dive in deep with your recap?
Yeah, just a few more mentions here. We sniffed out that West Virginia. That team's so gross at home. Apparently,
Yeah.
UCF had Iowa State on the ropes there. Probably should have won that game. And we'll get to BYU when with that game. That ending was just stupid too. Gundit's just gunding there.
0-4
Oh yeah.
in the Big 12.
Irish played Georgia Tech. Pyron. It's been the same as the last month, and I think we might even see it again this week. Defense. It's been the same for like a few years now. Defense first drive, ultra conservative. First 15 or the scripted 15. The offense looks awesome against Notre Dame, and then they clamp down, and that's what happened. Pyron was hot early, and then they got nothing. And like I said to you guys, a Jake Hayner like effort on that final drive. That guy, I cannot imagine how sore he was on Sunday. He couldn't even lift his arm up.
Oh my gosh!
It was, major credit to that guy for how tough he was. That was impressive. I mean, it was the final drive in garbage time, but still, he led his team.
Got him on the board.
Got him on the board one more time. They scored first and last.
Not enough for the cover, though.
Not enough. It was just a very non-memorable game. But those are fine.
Those are fine indeed.
On to next week.
Is King going to be back? Are we picking this game again? We have him on there? No, we do not. Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if King's back. I haven't looked up.
Can't say Haynes. They've got, the running.
They could have used him. Jamal Haynes really didn't do much either. I know a lot of his rushing attacks predicated off of the threat of King, but Pyron had some wheels a little bit, but yeah, they did not have much. But they might get Miami. We'll see.
We'll see. Somebody's going to get Miami here. Somebody's got to.
Either Haynes King or Kyle McCord.
I mean, the woke agenda got them. They just did it.
The
woke agenda, not to be confused with woke.
Correct.
Yeah, woke. I mean,
woke would not get them.
Did they play him this year? I think I saw them on there.
Miami has 2 road trips. They have Florida State.
Yeah, they play. We'll see. We'll find out if woke gets them.
I guess we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, the Bachmeier. I can't believe he's still out there. And then how about worth a 10-second acknowledgement? Mississippi State again.
Oh yeah, they are. They're playing.
They're playing.
they are playing. They got Michael Van Buren out there with a freshman quarterback. He looked like he was going to commit to Penn State at one point. He ended up going to out west, Oregon, or committing to them, and then I think signing day flipped to Mississippi State. Seeing the writing on the wall. Nobody at Penn State heartbroken that he didn't come up from there, but from St. Francis Powerhouse. Good to see him doing well down there. He seems to have provided a spark, and then Levy, obviously, it seems that spark that he has down there, he's got his team playing hard, is the spark that Oklahoma's missing now, right? With Latrell getting the hook after his poor first half of the season, replacing Levy in Norman. I don't know where they go from here. Oklahoma. That's bad news bears down there.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know.
All
They
right.
do not look good.
So aside from that Latrell note, any other news items? Hey, why?
I didn't put anything down. I did see just really recently Grayson McCall retired.
Mm.
That
I mean, it
sounds
looked like when he was throwing the ball, it was filled with lead.
he's alluded to head injuries, so
Oh.
that's good for him to realize that and hang it up. And Colin Lacey, I know a guy who I was high on preseason, the South Alabama awesome receiver, transferred to Louisville, broke his collarbone in the spring.
We had that nice kick return, right?
Had his kick return last week. He has opted out for the rest of the year.
Wow.
So
Why? Like to prepare for the draft, or has he only played in 4 games?
yeah, his first game back was Notre Dame.
Oh, okay, I see.
So yeah, he played 4 games. This was a lost year. You gotta think he's gonna go somewhere for one more year. I mean, you would think,
Yeah.
unless he's gonna rely on last year's tape, which was, I'm sure, was.
Well, I mean, opting out before the red shirt definitely seems like a red shirt that he's trying to preserve.
Yeah, I think he played 4 games.
Yeah, if that's the case, because it would not make sense if he started the season and played like 6 games now. That wouldn't make sense.
No, yeah, he did not.
Yeah, unless he was hurt and trying to get back into form for the draft or something like that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll probably go somewhere. I don't know. I know we got Oregon State and a home next year with Washington State. That'll be fun. That's pretty much all I got.
All right. Let's start out on we will pick a Thursday night game later on, but let's start out on Friday night.
Yeah, we got a nice little slate here, especially in our neck of our windows here.
Yeah.
The Holy Tribe windows. But we would go on Friday nights. Ashton, Genty, and co. traveling to Vegas to take on UNLV in a rematch of last year's Mountain West title game. And perhaps looking for the inside track for the Group of 5 auto bid. I know there's some spoilers out there, or want to be spoilers. We'll see how they end up. But definitely a marquee game here.
What is Genty's over under here? It's got to be like 200, right?
I would. I'd put it at like 210.
He's probably gonna need to play.
I think this is a nice national spotlight game for him. Obviously, he's way on the radar. Everybody knows about him for the Heisman. I think he's gonna. They've been playing him, for a half at a time here, the last couple of games. I think they're gonna need to play him. The receiver that UNLV has is very nice, White.
Ricky White, yeah.
Yeah, he's very, very good, and so
very.
I think, obviously, that Brennan Marion offense that was crafted at Pitt.
Ulster.
Yeah.
Where was he? He played at Hawaii. Coached at Tulsa, I think.
Coached at Tulsa and was the receivers coach at Pitt, right? I believe. Anyway, yeah, he's go offense, obviously very, very good. Had a great Friday night game against Syracuse, I think, a couple of weeks ago that they lost on a couple controversial calls. I think they'll come out fired up again out there in the not in the Sphere, in the Allegiant.
It'd be wild if they played the Sphere.
Yeah, it'd be crazy if they played the Sphere. I think it'll be a really good game here. 3. If it was a little more than that, I think I would take UNLV. Even inside of that field goal number, I'll take. I won't take them. I'll take Boise State here by 4. I'll go. Let's go 38-34 in a classic game, very good game. And I think we'll get this will be one of his many Heisman moments. He'll have a Heisman performance here from Genty. I think he'll go over his number, and they'll need him because it'll be a close game.
I'm just looking. I don't see the Maybe DraftKings will have them the player props. I'm going Boise as well, though. I think.
But you don't have player props. Oh no, you're in Ohio. I forgot.
Yeah.
I know in Pennsylvania you don't have player props.
Mm-hmm. Frustrating.
Let me see here. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I'm going Boise State as well. I know it was last year. They took care of business in this game, in the Mountain West title game, and UNLV's defense is much better this year. But I thought it was better than what it was. Kind of why I bought into it in the Syracuse game. It kind of let me down a little bit. So I just think Genty is just going to do his thing. He might run for 300-plus yards this game. This is his chance to – I mean, like you were saying, people know who he is. Most people know who he is, but this is his chance just to stand alone.
Spotlight game on a Friday night. Nobody's going to be watching Rutgers USC after the World Series.
Yeah, just put it on him.
Will there be 2,000 people at that game after the World Series?
It's going to be tough.
Well, at least the World Series is in LA. What if the people want like a nightcap after the game? They go to the game. Maybe I'll head over to the Coliseum. Are they close to each other? I don't even know. If
just have an influx of people.
Yeah, I don't know if they're just because people are out already.
I can't imagine anywhere is easy to get out there though.
Yeah, nothing's close. I know this is the case for most quarterbacks, but I saw a stat on Hajj Malik Williams. He has a passer rating of 5 when he's under pressure. And Boise State's defense isn't great, but the one thing they do is get after the passer at least. So, I mean, he's just going to try and find Ricky White. I mean, that's what I would do if I was him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I do think both teams will score. Genty's going to break some. Hajj can run and everything, but I just think this is maybe I'm just hopeful Boise State gets it done too because I just want to see Genty just do it all. So yeah, give me Boise by 7 in a shootout.
Yeah, if we're all right, it's going to be one in the trenches.
Yep.
Sure.
If
we're wrong, it's because of that Madsen. What the hell? Is it a Mike Madsen? Whatever the Boise State quarterback is that can't throw, really.
Yeah, Malachi Nelson's the backup. So yeah, something M. Madsen.
Yeah. M. Stoops, M. Madsen.
194 for
Genty.
Genty's over under, yes. And
There you
Dodger to LA Stadium for right now, if you left at this moment, 29 minutes by drive
Not too bad.
on the Google Maps. If I don't know what game day traffic would be like.
What's the
I imagine once you get out of Dodger Stadium, we should be all right because I don't think there'll be that much traffic going into the Coliseum.
What's the over under on people that pulled double?
Oh, it's got to be. You're talking non-sports writers, like
37.5.
I was going to say over 100.
I'll go 100. I'll go 100.
Yeah, I think we'll get 100.
All right. It's funny. It's so funny that Fox put the game on at 11 just because of that, and then they have it in the city, in LA, and with New York's one true team against LA's maybe one true team. New York
certainly
one all night long. How many Yankees Rutgers fans will make the double though? That's the question.
That will be
2.5.
That's the question.
That's a good line, yeah.
Rutgers out, May. We'll see.
Rutgers out. All right, next one. Where are we at here? I lost it.
Signetti.
Sig. After late, I alluded the early line I hopped on. No Taven, or not Taven. They are going with Taven.
No Rourke.
No Rourke. They're going Taven. I mean, and it's not like they're a luck runs out team. They've been killing every team they played, but they got to have an off week sometime coming up, right? They've got to be reading their clippings. Washington, not a bad team. Obviously, they've had some bad results.
Very weird, tricky.
Very tricky team. I took a stab here on that +10 I mentioned before. But I'm with that. I'll ride with them inside of the 7 also. and 6.5 we're picking.
You're gonna double down.
I'll double down. I'll HP it. I think Indiana will find a way to pull it out. They went back and forth a little bit with Northwestern before they pulled out a late touchdown for the cover against them. They're not impervious to bad games. I think we'll see a little sleepy. Although the game day is in Bloomington, so I mean, how sleepy can they be? I don't know. They'll be amped up. They're excited about the program. Hard one. I'll double down. I'll take Washington here to lose by a field goal. HP here.
Yep, I'm down with the hedge P on Fish as well.
Yeah, you can just copy and paste what I said last week. Just what Cam was saying. It's got to happen at some point, but until it does, I'm riding Signetti.
Wow. All right.
I could be walking into it just like last week, but
yeah.
Easier to go with streaks than against them.
Yeah, let's ride it. Signetti by 34.
Wow.
Don't lightning Bennett.
All right. Illini heading out to Oregon.
Oh gosh, I almost didn't want to include this.
This is a questionable. I guess it's no. Never mind. We always do ranked matchups.
The ranked matchup. Illini play a ranked matchup every week. They played Nebraska as a ranked matchup. They played Penn State as a ranked matchup. Top 20 matchup. This is another top 20 matchup. They played last week Michigan as a top 25 matchup. Burt pumping up his strength of schedule. 21.5. I was impressed with Oregon. Everybody's like, watch out. Granted, the spread was like 31 at Purdue, but they covered 35-0. They pitched the shutout. There was a business-like effort out there in West Lafayette. Oregon, obviously, before that Ohio State game, it looked very suspect on the lines and had some arduous games against some Genty was one of them, but then like far inferior teams like Idaho, they were very bad against. But I don't want to say that they regressed back to that. I don't think they sleptwalk either. They just kind of did what they had to do to win last week. And so I think we'll see another similar effort here. You'll see Burt take the air out of the ball, I think. I think Burt's got enough here, especially from what I saw against some of these teams, to keep it within that 21. So I'll take him. I'll take him here to lose by like 17.
I'm laying it with the quack. AY, did you read was it 40 did a piece on whether or not Lanning actually intentionally did the 12 men on the field?
I did not read it. No. Was it
I
good?
meant to click it. I never came back to it.
Oh, I didn't read it.
Somebody did a piece on that the day after AY mentioned it. I'm a little skeptical of the intent behind the 12 men on the field. I think Burt has a tough time. I would love if Burt pulled it off. That'd be fantastic. But
yeah.
Everything in me here wants to lay these points. I think Illinois is not good. But I'm going to
look good against Western Illinois.
I'm taking Burt here. I saw him muck it up against Penn State. They had no business covering that game. Little of no business covering this game. And somehow they'll cover. Zero threat to the money line. Zero threat. Even if they're down 7 early fourth, it'll be like the Idaho game. Zero threat.
Zero threat.
All right.
But with the Burt, rolling with Burt, I like it.
I do not.
Where's next here? BYU.
Orlando.
Yeah, we didn't mention that. That was one of the better games of the weekend last Friday night.
Yeah, I just gave it a mention saying we'll get to it here. That was I don't even know. Just gundage. Like what are we doing?
You think
I didn't
he-
see the highlights at the end of the.
I-
Was it bad? The touchdown that they gave up. It was what, a 30-yard touchdown I saw.
Yeah, like 3 guys took like just do. They didn't even take an angle. They just kind of like they were stuck in quicksand.
And there was how much time? Like 6 seconds left too.
I think there's a little more than that, but under 30.
Yeah.
I'll give it a quick check.
That's an LRO team though. At this point, I would say BYU.
BYU last
Smooth,
week
beat
against-
Baylor, Pokes. I think it ends here. I
10
do
seconds
worry
left.
about Malzahn coming off those defeats. So they got throttled by Dion, pounded by Napier, heartbreaker Iowa State. I think they won. Did they win one game in there? I don't think they did. No, they've
no,
lost 4 in a row.
yeah.
Oh, they lost a close one to Cincinnati too. So it's it's
So
tough.
they're
but
due. So they're due.
They're due or they're pulverized. Go 50-50 chance.
They could be due to be pulverized as well.
Yeah. So I will go with them, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I'm surprised, back to the Gundich, that oh, go ahead.
No, I would say KJ Jefferson not at quarterback.
No, he's been benched for a couple. I don't know if he's been hurt or if he's
We
been
missed that. Did we talk about that? We didn't talk about the Iowa State game last week.
No, we didn't. But they've had a 17-year-old in there, and then I think they went. There's 2 guys going now. I forget. Maybe the 17-year-old got hurt or something like that. I forget. But they've had two guys.
Malzahn turned over the stones.
Yeah. Well, I was saying with Gundich, I'm surprised he hasn't. Maybe he's waiting for the end of the season here to finish it out, but he's maybe pulling a Tony Bennett here soon and just this isn't for me.
I think we said it, a few weeks ago on here.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's done.
Exactly.
I'd be surprised if he's back next year.
Yeah.
This is simple. I mean, we haven't had one of these in a while. Unranked, favorite over ranked. This is prime.
The angle. I'm surprised by that because they were a small underdog.
They were. Something happened in the last 24 hours that switched this. I mean, I know through 0 goes pretty quickly, but it did move 4 points. I mean, again, through 0, but yeah, scoring with 10 seconds left last week to pull that one out. No. This is like Miami Junior. Going down to the bounce house. Malzahn pulls it out.
Oh,
Maybe bouncy. Maybe it'll just be the bouncy ball house. But yeah, I think Malzahn pulls it off.
I could see BYU winning this game by 20, though. Yeah, I mean, Colorado went in there and spanked them.
yeah. I mean, they can run the ball. Retzlaff just makes plays. I'm going with BYU here to keep it rolling here.
He believes in Sataki.
Yeah. I believe in the Kalani.
Here we go. Missouri, Bammer. Bama laying 16.5. Who's starting at quarterback for Missouri?
I mean, we know, like I mentioned before, Brady Cook came back in.
Who played when Cook was out?
Gabbert.
No.
Was it
No.
There's no way it was Gabbert.
You guys both know him.
Oh.
Petras.
No, Petras is lighting it up at like Utah State or something.
He's thrown to Jalen Royals at Utah State, yeah.
I have no idea who's their backup.
Drew Pine.
Oh, I did know that.
Oh,
Arizona State by way of Notre Dame.
Oh, by the way.
wow.
He orchestrated that fun Wisconsin game years ago. That went out to the desert. Now he's in the SEC. If Pine gets the start, whew,
There's no way he's getting the start.
I'd have to back him, right?
Yeah. I would say it's your duty.
He's doubtful.
Who, Pine?
No,
Cook.
Cook, yeah.
Yeah, Cook stopped, and I think their running backs out too.
Yes, he is out. Noel.
Yeah,
Nerlens.
this is DeBoer's back against the wall right now. He's feeling heat like he's never felt before.
Yeah, they're talking about hot seat and
You got AJ McCarron chiming in.
Uh,
This is a lot of points. I'm taking Missouri.
oh boy.
I think they have a little more fight in them than Illinois has. And I'm taking Illinois. Drink will get these guys going somewhat, and we've seen Bama outside of that first 20 against Georgia has not looked great since. So, as Scott Van Pelt says, hold on to your butts. I'm taking the Tigers.
Yeah, I got to back my boy Kalen.
Yeah,
I
off.
think they're getting in.
Bandwagon. This is a lot of points, though, right?
I've had a brutal year in the pick. Still have yet to have a winning week, but I think Bama is going to make it in the playoff.
All right. But, I mean, they have not looked good. Milroe has looked ass.
Well, they still have what, LSU, right?
Yeah.
LSU, Auburn.
That'll be enough from a resume standpoint when they beat them.
If they lose that one,
no, they go 10-2. They're in, I think.
Yep.
But I don't know. Still, 16.5 is a lot here, I think.
Yeah.
I'll go Missouri to keep it, within 13 or something like that. I don't think it'll be necessarily close, but I'll go Mizzou here just because of how many points that is and how gross Bama has been.
Okay.
You're thinking get right? Wait, AY, you went Bama?
No, Missouri.
Oh, Mizzou. All right.
Diego and Vandy catching 18.5 at home to Texas.
Number 25, Vandy.
Number 25, sorry. Number 25.
Respect on that.
Number 25, Vandy.
Yes. They put a net up. Did you see that?
I did, yeah.
For player safety on the visitor side. Very funny. Vandy probably not very happy about the having to be the get right game here for Texas guys. I'll go them to get right here. I think Sark will dial it up. It's not like they'll fall asleep and this is a team that beat Bama, so they're not going to be asleep at the wheel. They're going to have a hard week of practice after getting pulverized by Georgia, and so I'm taking them, and I will lay those points.
I'm taking the points.
Mm-hmm.
18.5. I mean, that's a lot of points. We know the whole thing with Vanderbilt at home this year, the magic of Pavia. I'm not saying they're going to win, but it's a lot of points.
It is a lot.
Maybe just, Texas get right in the win column, get out of Dodge with a 17-point win. Yeah.
Yep. Diego for me as well, although another game I didn't watch at all. It was funny watching the Vandy Ball State score.
Oh, 24 or 14 or whatever?
Whatever, but it was not that. It was a closer game than that.
Ahead.
Yeah.
Look ahead spot, but yeah, give me the doors.
All right. The U here.
Another big spread, Florida State, Miami. I didn't really want to put this on, but I did, and Florida State might be up against it here after what they did to Miami last year.
Yeah, what they did last year, the year before, also in the Hard Rock. I'm taking Miami here to lay it on them, especially after the last couple of years.
I'm with Kenny.
Playing the points.
Yep. You for me as well.
I'll take the points.
Oh, hey, we're trying to make up some ground here. Or no, he extend the lead. He's not making up any ground.
Separation Saturday.
Nothing here points to taking these points, but just move on. Here we go. This is a proper matchup. LSU, Texas A&M.
Oh yeah.
Kyle Field. Aggies. Some would say they're rolling since an early loss.
SOS. For that said early loss.
Things you like to see as long as a program inside the Beltway here stays relevant. We'll see how much longer that lasts. A&M laying 2.5 at home. I swear I hear a new story every week about Connor Wegman. It's always something different. Whether it's like he plays too many video games, he's overweight and out of shape, he's too into magic tricks. Every week it's something new. I don't understand how they keep digging this stuff up on him. I know this is not really part of the game here, but just I had to point that out. I keep hearing something new about him, and it's unbelievable.
But is he playing regularly? He is back, right?
At this point, I don't even know. Yeah, he is. But it wouldn't surprise me if we found out he's like the next Cam Rising, and he's questionable. That would be next week's story. I don't know. Impressed by LSU last week for sure. I think they're kind of running into the Ole Miss thing here, where they are going through that SEC gauntlet of week by week, big game, and do they run out of steam? I don't know. Le'Veon Moss for A&M's been great at running the ball. Nussmeier's been great at passing the ball on the other side. No touchdowns last week. Kelly here in a big game on the road. I've seen this before. He keeps it close. I know for a fact he will. But he won't pull it out. But he still might cover. I'm going to say no, A&M by 3.
Oh. I think LSU they've been running hot lately. I think they're due for a little bit of regression here. Texas A&M was an aberration there. Was it fool's gold with a huge blowout win against Missouri? I think they get it done here at home. They didn't get it done in the first game of the year, and they got a top 10 team coming in here now. I think the Kyle Field crowd gets them over the hump. Wegman has a pretty good game. Le'Veon Moss, like you said, good, amazing back. I trust in them. I think we get the first signature win, or you already got a top 10 win. Sorry, you got a top 10 win against Missouri earlier. I mentioned before, so you already got that. Like I said, I don't believe in that one. This is a legitimate top 10 win, I think. So I'll go with them also over the 3 points. I'll go 24-21.
Sweep on A&M. What could go wrong?
I know. I saw a note earlier this week about Penn State not hosting a top 15 team at night in like 6 years, which it's kind of annoying.
Top 15 team, you said?
Yeah, I think it was since the Ohio State in 2018-ish. But think about A&M's home.
That was the infamous handoff game, was it not?
That was the handoff game, yes.
Was that which one was the double overtime game?
4th and 6 handoff.
That was like 2014 double overtime.
Which game? What did you say?
The double overtime.
The double one was 2014. I mean, Penn State hosted Ohio State in 2020 as well, but nobody was in the stadium.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah, okay, and that was a clarifier. Yeah. But think of A&M's home schedule this year.
Oh yeah.
They opened up with Notre Dame at night.
Top 10.
They have Missouri at home. That was during the day, but
12.
still a highly ranked game.
10. Yep.
They're going to get LSU, and then they still have Texas coming to town. What a home slate.
Yeah. Somebody else had an amazing home slate. I'm trying to think of who it was.
Pitt.
Pitt. Wisconsin has a good home slate. Somebody else has a good home slate. I forget. There've been some good home slates out there for sure with the realignment.
We'll have to get research on it.
Yep.
One more before the Holy Tri games. Big versus little brother. Well, I'm not sure who's who at this point. Michigan State, Michigan.
Another
They have
one I
had
got
an
an
even
early
score.
line on. I took Michigan State +7 here when it came out.
Can on the right side of CLV per usual.
Big tunnel.
Sparty impressive last week.
So this is at Sparty, correct?
No,
No.
it's in the big
correct.
house.
No.
I think this might be the first mention this year in the pod of Rance's cousin playing this year. So I know last year we reported he was going to retire. Changed his mind. He's back.
Yeah.
Which was true at the time.
It was true at the time. It was a late audible by
Skip
Cal.
Bayless. That's a Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
Retort. It was true at the time.
Our first chance of breaking news and we botch it. Cal and Sparty going to Michigan, the big house, catching 3.5 only.
What's his name's his last name's not Lance, it's
Halliday.
Halliday with an A.
Yeah. Francis cousin.
Number 27.
Yeah. Doesn't wear
Infamous
Doesn't wear gloves.
game clinching pick 6 in the what was it, the Peach Bowl?
2021.
Yeah, Dan knows them all too well.
Yeah. He's been around the block.
I joke that was the slowest pick 6 ever. Things in Michigan are not good.
No.
I just think this line is too short.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't know if they covered the midweek 7 that was available, but
Oh, that was beginning of week 7.
beginning of week 7, I will take Michigan here in an absolute rock fight.
Disgusting.
I'll go as far as to say 15.
14.
I'll give them the 7. 16-9.
16-9. The push for me.
Don't ask me how they get there.
I'm going 16-13 victory for Michigan State.
Oh, the upset.
Yeah, money line.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Jonathan Smith, Little Brothers, they are not. I think Aiden Childs has a decent game. Obviously, the score doesn't look like it, but I think he'll have a decent game.
You got to think they're way more revved up for this game than Michigan is.
Yeah, Michigan's got to be.
I know Michigan's probably grasping at something to get them rallied, but Sparty's ready for this.
Yep.
Dan, what do you think?
Sparty covers as well, but I will go hedge P. I will go Michigan by a field goal.
All right.
All right. Holy Tri games. Cuse, Pittsburgh. H2P laying 6 against McCord.
This is
A little bit of movement today, up from 5.5.
Yeah, and 3 or 3.5 was the opener. I thought maybe Syracuse had somebody injured, hurt. Someone expected to come back that wasn't. Nope. People were buying the dip on Pitt football, evidently. After really, there's not much of a dip. I mean, they definitely should have lost to the woke agenda, who, by the way, blew another game last
unbelievable.
week. Up 13 at home against NC State, the aforementioned NC State. Well, at least we mentioned McCall, and managed to blow that one. Missed a 28-yard field goal, so they're improving in their disgustingness. Actually, missed a 40-yard field goal. That was the game against Pitt, and now they missed a 28-yard field goal at home. So, as for Syracuse, though, I've been meaning for the last 54 minutes and 25 seconds to pull up their details. They already mentioned McCord. They've got the offense rolling. As I pull it up right here.
You don't want to see Del Rio come in either.
With Quinn. Carlos Del Rio Wilson. Doesn't look like he's even the backup. I'm sure he's moved on. Yeah, the Quinn Allen's the guy that's been around. Like, these are all names. Dan Villari is the guy, the tight end, infamously, that ran the wild fat ass against Pitt last year, and pulverized them.
Yeah.
In the second half, and then Rondé Gadsden, he's another one.
He's pretty good.
Actually,
Clemson's
I've been saying Gadsden the whole time. It's Gadsden.
Gadsden.
Two D's.
I feel like he's been there forever too.
Gadsden.
Well, he's Clemson. He was Clemson before.
Maybe that's why he's been
Clemson.
there forever. Yeah.
Yeah, he was Clemson transfer. He's a Clemson transfer.
Did he
That's
do
what,
anything
the
at Clemson?
orange
I
is
don't remember
confusing you.
Clemson.
The orange is confusing you.
Wait, hold on here. He didn't play at all for Clemson.
He didn't?
No.
Are you thinking of Bo Collins?
Hold on, let me see.
I'm not saying he didn't transfer at one point from Clemson, but he has no statistics recorded. He had 2 catches for 24 yards in 2021, 61 catches, 969 and 22, 7 catches, 67
No, you're right.
yards
I think
last
you're
year.
right. I think he has been here for.
Well, he could have transferred from there. That's not.
No, I think he's been at Syracuse.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah, and then or is it Meeks? Is that the guy, or is he from Alabama? Let me see here. Jackson Meeks, Georgia. So they got Jackson Meeks from Georgia. But yeah, they're lightening up a little bit. We talked about their game against UNLV a couple weeks ago. The controversial Friday nighter. Now they moved to Thursday night. Don't see much reason to pick Pitt -6, so that's why I'm going to pick Pitt -6. Maybe they just edge them out by 7 to 10 points in a high-scoring affair, which I had 2 hours for this. 62.5 is the total, with a perfect forecast on the evening. That's kind of surprising.
That's up there with Tulane, North Texas this week.
Yeah,
High.
I would think that'd be sniffing 70, to be honest with you, but yeah, I would go Pitt like 38-28, something to that effect. I'll be interested to see the way their defense again certainly didn't win them the game against the woke agenda, but that's a lot of like similar to what we saw AY and I saw in person at the AC Championship. You get burned a little bit early, but then you wear them down. See if they can do that to the Qs as well here. And that's what I got. Not much to add. Nobody should be out for Pitt, so that's good. Maybe Rodney Hammond will get going a little bit. He's been lacking in his post suspension
So you're taking
appearances.
Pitt here, Lane.
I will, yeah.
Yep.
By what did I say, 38-28.
I want to too. I like Pitt's offense here. I think McCord will keep it close here at the end. Maybe a backdoor, something like that. Something gross.
Yeah.
I would like 35-30 here with the 2-point conversion not converting. Yeah.
I think
Just
I'm
going to win by 1.
Yep.
I'm a can here. I'm taking Cuse. I know them off the fast track of the Dome, and me being probably the heaviest Pitt backer.
Yeah, I would say yes.
Without a doubt.
certainly the picks. You definitely pick them the most.
Certainly the picks. But don't fret, Panther fans. Pitt wins. Just, we've seen these Pittsburgh Thursday night specials.
True.
These games get weird.
They are.
Even Saturday games get weird.
How about the I don't know if you guys watched the Steelers Jets game on Sunday. Beanie Bishop.
Oh yeah.
By way of West Virginia.
Yep.
Western Kentucky, and where was he at? He was the 3
like Incarnate
places.
Word or something.
Something, yeah. Has a near pick 6, almost identically on the same spot on the field to MJ Devonshire against West Virginia 2022 when he wasn't playing for West Virginia. He was in his middle stop. But it was very weird, the streams crossing like that. So, but yeah, I do think we'll have some weirdness in store tomorrow night or tonight or last night, depending on when you're taking this in. So,
Yep. All right.
oh, they hired a new AD. That was, I guess, I should have put that in my.
Oh, yeah.
Pitt hired the guy from it was at Auburn, Green. I think is it Alan Green? I think his name is. So, let's get dirty, even though dirtiness is allowed.
He's
fill that hole in the ground for Victory Heights Project and all football and basketball, please, Alan.
Okay. I just bought myself. It said 9:35, so we got 8.5 minutes here.
Oh, okay, dive in there.
Oh shit! Yeah, we have 2 more.
I completely forgot that you had the
Hard out.
I told 9:35. Mine's fast.
You
Is
got
this
it right,
game scary? Yes. Notre Dame Navy catching 13. Is it scary? Yes. Is Navy's offense much different than what people are going to turn these old Notre Dame fans are going to turn this game on Saturday and just be so confused that Navy's lining up in shotgun half the time. But that's what they do now under new management with Ken and Don and Newberry and new OC from Mercer. This Navy team scoring points at will. It's awesome. It's a fun story. They are dominating teams. They just absolutely blitzkrieged Charlotte last week. Who's Charlotte's D coordinator or linebackers coach or some kind
Biff
of coaching
Poggi.
staff?
Not Biff.
No, not well, Biff's the head coach, yeah, but who's their defensive option guy? Greer Martini.
Oh,
Wow.
You're probably wondering, why couldn't they stop it? Well, they did hold them under 300 yards. They just had 5 turnovers. That doesn't help.
Interesting.
So Greer did what he could, but the offense coughed it up.
Greer Martini.
That guy was amazing at the option. Look, Notre Dame's athletes here on defense, they're uber aggressive. Drake Bowen, Kingston Villamasa. Cornerbacks are a sophomore and a freshman. These guys are going to be flying over the field, overcommitting left and right until they get used to it, if they do. One of the positive for Notre Dame lately, Riley Mills and Howard Cross have looked awesome the last 2 games. They're look to be back and healthy. If they can blow up the middle there with Jack Kaiser, getting people in the right spots, they can shut this down. But yeah, this isn't triple option. This is shotgun option pass. Horvath slinging it, hide and right, running fast. Navy offense is fun. The rush defense for Navy, not good, and they've played no one. Jeremiah Love, if you look at just numbers, he's basically Ashton Genty at evading tackles. Have the Lawn Boys switch to South Bend? That's not for me to say. I think if you look at the metrics, the answer's pretty clear, but we're not going to say it yet. 13 points for this Navy team who's just drubbing people. A lot of points. Would not be shocked at all if Navy wins this game. I know they played no one, but they're scoring a ton. This team's pretty fun to watch.
Yes.
13.
They throw it more.
They throw it more. They throw it a decent amount. Will not be shocked at all. That being said, Notre Dame by 17-20.
Yeah,
I feel oddly pretty good about this game.
Yeah, I think that the fact that oh my God, Dame is going off right now. The fact that Navy has been so impressive. I don't think will not that Notre Dame sleeps on them. They have to prepare before the option, but I think that it'll have some extra incentive here with all the hubbub they've had coming in. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a 10-point game in the fourth quarter, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it was like a 30-point game in the fourth quarter also.
I wouldn't either. I do think Navy maybe scores first. Takes a little bit to get used to this thing.
Yeah.
The speed of it, the nuances of it. One little very random thing, Notre Dame fall break this week.
Well, you're not. I mean, they're not.
which
They're not,
means
okay.
that they're there just consuming Navy.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that I don't know what that means for an away game.
No, it just meant that they're just like there's nothing to do besides sit in your iPad and watch film.
Okay. Okay.
I think I feel pretty good about it.
Yep. This is up here. This is 20 minutes from my house, right?
Did look outgoing.
Well, you got a bed to stay on right here, right here. That bed. Heather.
Might even relook tomorrow. Dan, what do you think?
Middy's cover, sorry. Maybe
Don't
back
say
to work.
sorry. I mean, it's a lot of points.
Maybe the I can't think of a funny thing a way to incorporate the Navy into air raid, the sea raid offense. I don't know.
The Sea Raid.
Maybe that's some 2 backdoor touchdowns for that matter. I'm not worried about your team losing either. To them or Army. The Army still hanging tough as the purest.
That's down the road. We'll get to them. Let's take care of Navy first.
Yep. I'm with you there. I am taking Notre Dame here by 21. They've gotten it clicking. You know, it seems like the last couple of weeks they've been pretty good.
They have the metrics. Navy rush defense. Not great. Notre Dame's pretty good. Riley Leonard, we'll see how he passes. I'm going to go to the restroom.
Yeah.
Wait, start your preview, and I can do that. It's a soft out. I can do this on my pad while we close out. So go ahead. Notre Dame.
I won't dive in too deeply here.
Penn State travels to Can's former home.
Yes, I'm
Hometown Badgers.
sad. I'm not making this trip. First Penn State game in Madison I won't be making in
Ever?
no, it's got to be 10, 15 years, 10, 12 years. I'm trying to think. 2011 was the last one. So, yeah, 13 years. First Penn State game at Wisconsin I'm missing in 13 years. They've only played twice there in 13 years, though. This is an interesting game. Wisconsin, Longo, and the offense seeming to get it together after a real slow start to the season. I think in no small part to ZP. Credit due where
yes,
it's due. They found a great option there with Tyway. What's the guy's last name? I'm blanking on the last name. It's the fresh. I think he's a freshman running back. Tyway Walker at Wisconsin. He's indeed not a freshman. He is a senior.
late bloomer.
Late bloomer. Where was he playing before? I'm not even sure. But he has really come on here the last couple of weeks, including a 400 yards in October. It looks like. So they found the answer there. They're pretty deep. Oh, you know where he was? He was at Oklahoma before. Yeah. So he saw the writing on the wall with that offense and came to Wisconsin. Took his talents to Wisconsin. They've got a bunch of different running backs back there. Also, Ches Malusi, though, I think he's been taking some time off away from the team. He's been stepping away to rehab from injuries. So they've turned to Tyway Walker. Yakimelli, K. Yakimelli, if you remember him. I think he's from Pittsburgh, right? Let me see here. Where is he from? K. Yakimelli is from Penn Trafford. He holds the record for rushing yard, or records for touchdowns, points, everything there. He's been their second leading guy there. Offense, though, this renaissance has come against Purdue. The Gers has been badly depleted. And then Northwestern, and he didn't – I mean, the offense didn't really look all that good against Northwestern. They won 23-3. They had a safety in that game, though. Not altogether that crisp either. Before that, you remember they got up on USC, but then ended up losing by 17 still, even though they were up 21-10. You had the Alabama game, which TVD went down in that one, but they it didn't seem like things were going that well. And then obviously TBD doesn't really impact the defense all that much. And they gave up, 48 to Alabama. That was back when Alabama was pretty good, though. Not what they are now. It's interesting to think about because Locke is like, from listening and reading up on him, he hasn't been lighting the world on fire, and I don't want to say that the offense is better with him, but he's a guy that the coaches trust implicitly. He's, coach on the field type of guy. And he'll make some timely throws and make good decisions from what it sounds like. But I don't think he's seen a defense like Penn State's the last couple of weeks, obviously. And I don't think he saw one with the USC defense either. Alabama, you could throw that result out. He wasn't the starter coming into that game. So I think Penn State will throw some different looks at him. They've got a pretty good receiving core as well. Winnie Williams and then Will Pauling, pretty good is also. So I think
underwhelming this year.
Yeah, he's the second leading receiver, but
I agree. He is good.
He's got the talent. He's got the talent. The main thing is they're going to be coming. Penn State's going to be rolling into probably the biggest game in Camp Randall in six years or so. Definitely of the era. I think it's a night game. It's against a top 5 team in the country. They're going to be really, really excited. And I mean, it's Halloween night. People have been, circling this, and I think it'll be a really, really close game. Penn State again. It's not that they haven't gone into hostile environments. West Virginia, I don't think it was all that hostile. They can be hostile, but it really wasn't all that hostile. And then USC was a half empty stadium. So I think this is going to be a really, really good test for the Penn State's offense. The defense on Wisconsin side, they've had some decent linebackers, and they got a couple all-conference performers in the back end as well. So I think it'll be another good test here. But the especially after the last time they hit the field with Warren and all the records he set and everything, the tension that he's going to command now is I think he's going to be seeing doubles, and people are going to be really scheming to take him out of it. And you're going to have to lean on the receivers to step up, and that'll be what the game comes down to, I think, because as his running game has slowed down since Nick Singleton had the injury, and with them leaning so heavily on Warren, it'll come down to the receivers and finding some space here. I think Kolonecki will be able to scheme up a little bit of yardage here and there for the receivers, but it'll come down to if they can get separation themselves, and they haven't shown to be able to. The Alabama receivers, obviously, they have Ryan Williams and talent that's superior to Penn State's, as well as the USC ones were able to find some space in that secondary. So I expect, but I am hopeful for at least one big play here. We haven't really seen it. And I think some of that extra attention paid to Warren will loosen it up for Amari Evans down the field. I think this will be a close game. I've bet a couple of units here, more than I usually do, on Penn State to cover the 6.5. But as it gets closer and thinking
Have you ever
about
bet against Penn State?
no. Well, I never actually put money against Penn State, that's for sure. In this instance, I will gladly take the money that I have bet, as well as feeling good about a win on the road if they do cover. But I will do the emotional hedge here, and I think I will take, especially as I'm getting closer here to the game, the 6.5, and I'll take them with Wisconsin, especially with the really close, really, really amped up night crowd. I'll take a HP, and I'll take a Penn State win by 3 here. I don't think they'll be looking past them. That's for sure. They look good the last couple of weeks. It's a night game. They're coming off a bye. I think they're prepared. I don't think they're going to be looking ahead to Ohio State. I just think it'll be another good test. Penn State's not. Obviously, they haven't overwhelmed teams aside from Kent. They don't have the explosivity to really open it up. So I do think it'll be a close game here. I'll take the points in Wisconsin.
I don't really see much with this Wisconsin team. I know they're on that 3-game win streak.
Against ass teams, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think what it comes down to for me is two things. I guess 2.5, because I'll just mention how much I enjoy Tyler Warren. He's awesome. The guy's awesome. Yeah. The night game at Camp Randall, I get that it's tricky. I mean, road games are hard enough. Road games at night against a hungry team, very tricky, especially when you're a really good team like Penn State is. As I raise this guy, King Jack suited. And the big thing here is Cam thinks it's going to be close.
Well, that's my hometown bias speaking as well.
I came into this thinking Penn State's probably the side, but I gotta take the points just because it's college football and the way the whole night angle thing. So I'm gonna stick with that. I'm going to take the points, and Penn State wins an uncomfortable evening for those Penn State fans.
Yeah, agreed with both of you. I got 20. This is one of my 2 losses I had forecast for Penn State this year. I'm not quite there. Wouldn't be stunned, but I would go 24-21 Penn State.
Yeah, right.
Reeks of that score for
it
for
really
either
does.
team.
Yeah, it really does. I could see it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be stunned either, but I think I'd be surprised
If they actually pulled it out?
if Wisconsin actually pulled it out. Yeah.
I would be surprised also.
It would.
Listen, I'll gladly take the L here on the pod, if I'm pleasantly surprised by Penn State blowing them out. But we haven't seen it yet, except for against Kent. And I guess I'd be pleasantly surprised, but obviously I'd be upset because, being right is all that matters.
That is the chief goal.
Chief goal.
Actually, no, it's not in your case, Ken. It's not in any of our cases. It's certainly the case whenever your team is out of the race.
Yeah.
That was always my philosophy.
Yeah.
Hence the reason why I pick Pitt to win by 1 whenever I think that they might actually lose.
I think this is the first time
But they actually win by 1.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have, or whatever.
It's worse when you back your team and you're in the race. And Dan and I both did that tonight.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm betting against Penn State this year, I think.
You mean picking against them?
Yeah, picking against them. Sorry, I am not
against the spread.
Yes, against the spread. Yes.
I think you'll get a pass for that.
I think so too. We're 10 minutes in. I'm minimally up.
Okay.
But I'm just firing at this guy, raising like crazy. All right, on to locks. I'll tip some chin. I've lost 3 straight. It's bad.
I finally won one.
This week, I'll get started. I saw a line. SP Plus kind of agree with me. I've been getting away from them a little bit. I'm taking. We mentioned them earlier. I'm taking the. It's a good hand right here. I'm taking Dias at home.
Oh!
We're catching 11.5 against SMU. They're the talk of the town lately. I'm seeing, the ACC tiebreakers of 3 undefeated teams, this, and this. No. Well, okay, sorry. They're going to win, but 11.5, Duke keeps it close.
All right.
I have actually bet the early line, SMU -7, 10.5. So maybe a little middleage here for us.
Middleage.
At 11.
Well, I think I'm just riding home dogs because the NFL road favorites are
Oh.
cleaning up.
Crazy. Was it like 12-0 last couple weeks?
16-2 since week 5. Like I'm just, as someone who plays primarily dogs in the NFL, it's been a rough go.
Dan?
Yeah, give me Duke. Where are you guys going?
Boise.
Ah! All right. Okay. I don't know where to go here. I'm taking a look at the. Hold on, let me take a look at here. I'm going back to the well here. I've bet them once this year. I think in a similar spot. Yes, they were at home as well, I think. But I am going to take Miami first half minus 11.5. I think it might have been.
There it is. There it is. The 1H.
Yeah, I think it might have been that against Virginia Tech as well. Let me see here.
Well, you had the one in the was it first week that won?
Oh, I have Miami 1H minus 9.5 against Virginia Tech.
That didn't get there.
That did not.
Oh, and then we both had Missouri against BC, and they
Oh yeah.
put up our keister both respects.
Exactly. All right. You see the honey bear out there, Yabusele?
Oh no!
They must have been Philadelphia. The Sixers must have been impressed with his Olympics.
That's right. Yeah. Well, Simmons was cracking me up because he loved him, whatever, like 5 years ago or something like that.
Oh yeah, for the Celts.
Yeah. And then he was terrible, and then now he's back in.
He's looking bigger than he was in the Olympics. I'll tell you that. He's big. Gershon,
yeah.
Okay, that'll do it for Week 9 preview. We'll
Yep.
be back for Week 10. I know we have a pretty juicy matchup in Week 10. We'll get to that.
boots on the ground for some.
We will allot
For some here.
a good amount of time for that one.
Oh, I won't dive in too deeply.
I'll have thoughts. I'm gonna be ready.
Hey, why? Have you ever met Mike Brown before? He's coming up for the game. You'll be staying on the same roof as him.
Mike Brown. I don't think so. Maybe when I see his face, maybe, but
See if we'll build you a coffee table.
we'll see. Yes, we'll be convening next weekend. We'll get to it.
Can't look ahead though. Don't look ahead.
It's not.
We
So
didn't
that's
pick
Week
Ohio
9
State.
preview. All of us. Tricky games. We'll
See if we can get another week of contendership in. Can will be in contendership regardless, I would say, of outcome. But AY and I looking to stay in the mix.
Pitt will be in the mix. Notre Dame could be out. We'll see. Well, we'll let you know next week. For me, AY from the People State Capital Blue State, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. To my west, Deberg.
Good night, all. Shout out Ngannou coming back. Y'all must have forgotten.
We'll let Ralph know. And Can to my east.
Sayonara all.
Thank you for listening. We will see you next week for Week 10. Have a good one.